Hello all, welcome to day 47 of Editorial Analysis and Answer Rating program. Today we will be seeing about National Security Strategy. So what is National Security Strategy? We will be seeing what is National Security Strategy and what are the advantages a country can get from having one, and what are the challenges in implementing this National Security Strategy. So if you are new to this program, you can watch the intro video in the playlist so that you can best use the program. Now let us jump into the definition for National Security Strategy. National Security Strategy is a comprehensive framework which guides a nation to manage its security and strategic challenges. So now two questions may come in your mind. So one, does India have a national security strategy? The answer is no. India does not have a national security strategy. Countries like US, Russia, China, and even Pakistan have a national security strategy. India does not have one. Another question is that is the national security strategy is limited to security aspects alone? The answer here is no. It includes all sectors like economics, climate change. So different sectors which affect the interest of the nation will be included in this national security strategy. We will hereafter say it as NSS. So coming to the next part, what are the advantages a nation, for example India, can get from this NSS? First advantage is it helps in resource allocation for different sectors. So if the security of a country is to be managed, if a strategic interest of the country is to be managed, different stakeholders are involved. So this resource allocation for different sectors should be such that it is not negatively affecting a sector. Every sector should get proper benefits. So a national security strategy will help in proper resource allocation. That is one advantage. Other advantage is transparency and accountability. If if a nation takes a decision to maintain its national security or its strategic interest, that decision should be known to all people, and what are the basis of that decision should be known to all. These are that is due to this transparency and accountability. What NSS does here is uh, it helps to make the people aware of the reasons which push the government to take such decisions. So these two are advantages. Apart from that, national security strategy can also help in assessing the threats which a nation faces. For example, if there is some border movements in China is developing some infrastructure in the India-China border. National NSS will have a framework to address that challenge. This border security, it will be enhanced. New infrastructure will be developed from the Indian side so that the challenge from China is managed. So this also is a role of NSS. Apart from these three, there is also another advantages like the national security strategy gives a signal to our friends and neighbors. For example, India has a good relationship with US. If an NSS shows that India will take India's foreign policy goals are like that, India has to maintain long term relationship with the US, it gives a positive signal to US. So what NSS does here is it gives either a positive signal or a negative signal to friends or enemies. To Pakistan, India's NSS will give a negative signal as India will try to manage the threat which is being given by Pakistan. So another advantage, that is fourth advantage, is it gives signal to friends and enemies of a country. These four are the major advantages of national security strategy. Apart from that, national security strategy has one or two challenges. So those one or two challenges we will see now. First challenge is, as we saw earlier, it is a comprehensive sector, so different parties are involved. So to manage all parties, funds should be allocated for all parties. So that balance itself a challenge. NSS has to balance every sector associated with it, so that balancing the different sectors, the balancing the multiple sectors is the first challenge. The next challenge here is balancing transparency and secrecy. not every decision which is associated with the movement of military, movement of army, navy, and armed forces cannot be open. It cannot be revealed to every citizen. So there a particular level of secrecy is to be maintained. But we saw that transparency is one of the advantages of NSS. So balancing this secrecy of strategic movements and the transparency provided by NSS will be a problem. These two are the problems associated with national security strategy. So now let us see, in future, if India is facing multiple threats, India needs a proper NSS. Only when a proper NSS is in place, India can manage the different challenges which India is facing in the 21st century. We have challenges like cyberspace, in climate change. So these challenges are to be managed and maintained, so that India grows apart. India grows into a fully developed nation. So national security strategy becomes an imperative need for India. Now let us see the question for today's topic. Examine the need for a national security strategy to address emerging security challenges confronting India. It is a 10-mark question. You should answer in 150 words. Brainstorm the different points about this particular topic and then frame your answer. Give a proper introduction, give a proper conclusion, and in the body, make sure you give some 4 or 5 distinct points. So that will be for national security challenge strategy. Thank you.